welcome to Ruby's Recipes, where we bring kids into the kitchen and whisk up a passion for preparing healthy foods together. My name is Kelsey Meyer, and I'm the head chef of Ruby's Recipes. Today, we're going back to school and creating some of the best school lunches you can make at home. LJ and Cam will be starting us off with Bosco sticks and homemade tomato soup. For our second recipe, Claire will be helping us to make a lunch staple, Uncrustables. But did you know you can take an Uncrustable and turn it into a donut? Nolan and Graham will help us with our last recipe, walking tacos. I have LJ and Cam with me here now. So you guys, what are your favorite school lunches?
I kind of like the pizzas.
Pizzas? Yeah. How about you, Cam?
I like the pizzas.
Pizzas? Okay, so I think maybe you'll like this lunch because we are doing Bosco sticks, which are cheesy. We're doing tomato soup, so it's similar to pizzas. So I think the first thing that we'll do is we have our oven preheating, so we want to start preheating the oven to 375. So for our tomato soup, the first ingredients we need is 1 can of diced tomatoes, and we are doing Italian diced tomatoes. So LJ, I'll have you pour that in there for me. Great. And then we need a cup of butter. So I'll have you, I'm gonna unwrap this for you, and you can throw this right in there for me, actually. Got it? There you go. So I'm gonna pour about 2 cups of tomato juice, and this is open. And just to be safe, I'll pour it in here, and then I'll have you guys dump it in there for me. So we've got 2 cups of tomato juice. Great. Okay, now that we have our 3 basic ingredients, I'm gonna have you take this and set it on the stove for me. I know it's pretty heavy, so be a little careful, but I know you can do it. So we wanna get this on our stove and we wanna get this cooking. So we'll give it a stir, and then as this is cooking on our stove top, what we'll do is we'll start our Bosco sticks. So we need some pretty basic ingredients to make Bosco sticks at home. You need some pizza dough and some cheese sticks, and then just a little bit of garlic salt, Parmesan cheese, and butter. So the first step in the process is to get a floured, clean surface and take out our pizza dough. So I'll take this out for us. Okay. Now, you guys, when you said you liked the pizza at school, what are your favorite toppings?
I really like the pepperoni pizzas. I like the cheese.
The cheese? Okay, all right. Well, these are gonna be full of cheese. So what I'll do is I'll have you take this and try and roll it out into the biggest rectangle that you can. It can be a little tough. That's why we need as much, flour on the surface as we can, just to make it a little easier. Okay, I think we have a pretty big enough size. So what we'll do is I'll scooch this over here in front of LJ. Now I want you to take the pizza cutter and go like this and do about 8 equal slices into the dough. Good job. Maybe we can do 1 more. Perfect. All right, so I'll put the cheese in here. All right, so you want to take the ends. You want to do this one with me?
Sure.
And you want to fold it up like this. Right, you want to do it on that one. You want to try and pinch the dough together. Yep, just give it some pinches. All right, we have 3 more to do, and then what we'll do is we will put them on our pan and get them in the oven. So what I'll have you do is I'll have you take this little paintbrush and then brush butter on top of your 2 Bosco sticks. So of course, we always want to check on our soup while we're doing this, and our soup is boiling. So once we put these in the oven, we'll come back to our soup and finish it off.
I'm gonna flip it over.
So I'll have you sprinkle garlic salt on your 3 here. And then you want to do yours? 2, right.
That's a little bit much.
Maybe LJ really likes garlic. Now we get to sprinkle Parmesan. So grab a little bit and sprinkle them on top of your Bosco sticks.
I'm doing this on one of them. Cam probably just wants to grab a handful and just eat it.
All right, you want to put some on this one?
I'm putting extra cheese on mine.
Yeah, put as much cheese on them as you'd like. Okay, I think we're good. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take our Bosco sticks and I'm gonna put them in the oven, and they will need to bake for about 12 to 15 minutes until lightly golden brown. And then after we put these in the oven, we'll come back and we'll finish off our tomato soup. So the next ingredient we want to add is just 1/8 cup of brown sugar. So I'll have you pour it in there. So we'll do one. Okay.
It's like sticky.
Yeah, it is sticky. Okay, now I'm gonna have you just give this a stir for us. Okay, so I want you guys to pull about 7 basil leaves.
You cut them.
All right, if you guys wanna pull them off, and you can even break them up just a little bit with your fingers as you put them in there. All right, guys, so the next thing that we want to do is we actually want to mix this with what we call an immersion blender. So again, I'm gonna put it in here. I wanna make sure it's under in the soup so it doesn't splash. All right, you guys wanna help me? You wanna put your hands on here with me? Great. All right. Does it look blended?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, that looks good. So we do have everything mixed up and it's still at a simmer, which is the tiny bubbles that you're seeing. And the last ingredient that we want to add to actually the mixture is just a little bit of heavy cream. So I'm going to pour this into 1/2 cup. You want to pour that in there?
It looks like milk.
Yeah, it does. And then I'll have you stir it up. That is looking so yummy.
Yeah, I bet it is so yummy.
Yeah. Now you just want to let all of these ingredients just simmer for a little bit and make sure that the soup is still warm. And then as we're doing that and letting it cook for just a couple more minutes, I'm going to take all of the Bosco sticks out of the oven, and then we're going to plate everything and we're going to give it a try. All right, ready, guys? Okay. That's really good. It kind of even tastes like pizza, doesn't it? The cheese and the dough. What do you think, Cam? Good? Yeah, awesome. So, thank you guys so much. Thank you, LJ. Thank you, Cam. I think we have a winner here because they're still eating and enjoying it. Next up on Ruby's recipes, Cafeteria Classics. We're going to be making air fryer donuts and one of the most popular peanut butter and jelly sandwiches around.
I hope you have been enjoying Ruby's recipes. Getting kids into the kitchen as early as possible is the best way to set them up for success when it comes to making healthy eating choices. My name is Kelly Feniger, and I'm the Director of Education and Outreach at WBGU PBS. We're here today to show you how fun and educational cooking as a family can be. We're also here to invite you to join Ruby's Frog Squad, which is our special kids club that includes a birthday club membership. To sign your child up as a Frog Squad member and a member of our birthday club, visit wbgu.org/Frog Squad. Just by signing up, we'll send a special birthday card during your child's birthday month, and we'll wish them a happy birthday on air. You'll also receive a quarterly Frog blog newsletter with information about upcoming kids events and the latest news about our kids programming and activities. In addition to signing up for our birthday club, you can also contribute to WBGU PBS in support of our programming. And as a thank you for your contribution, we'll send you some adorable Frog Squad gifts for the children in your life. When you donate $60 per year to WBGU, we'll send you a plushy frog keychain. Additionally, with a yearly contribution of $60 or more, you'll also receive Preview. That's our monthly viewer's guide. And you'll get access to the PBS streaming service Passport, as well as a birthday club membership for your children or grandchildren. With a contribution of $90 per year, we'll send you the frog keychain and a frog plush, both wearing adorable mini WBGU t-shirts. And finally, by making a $120 yearly contribution, you'll receive the frog keychain, an adorable frog plush, and a handy Frog Squad lunch bag. Make your contribution now by calling 1-800-410-2727 or by going online to wbgu.org/Frog Squad. Now let's get back to Ruby's recipes.
Next next up, we're going to be making a variety of Uncrustables, one being air fryer donuts. So thank you, Claire, for helping me out with these recipes. Now I have to ask, what is your favorite school lunch?
I like sandwiches.
Sandwiches, okay. And what kind of sandwiches do you like?
Sun butter and jelly.
Perfect. So today we're going to be making something that I think you'll really like, which is our Uncrustables. This is something that we actually make at home as well. And we make a whole bag and then we put them in the freezer, and they're great to give for kids for snacks as well as putting them in their lunches. So all you really need is whatever type of filling that you're looking for to put in your Uncrustable. So we have hazelnut kind of Nutella spread, we have bananas, we have peanut butter, and then we have strawberry preserves. And then for our donuts, we're gonna be doing something a little different. So the first thing we're gonna do, I think, is we'll make the banana with the Nutella. So we'll each take a banana here, and then we'll just peel it. And then let's just try and slice it into maybe like 1/2-inch sizes. Now, do you like bananas?
Yeah.
Yeah? Oh, what's your favorite fruit?
I like strawberries.
Strawberries, okay. All right, I'm gonna start getting the bread out. So what we'll do is we'll take our bread and we wanna take our Nutella spread or our hazelnut spread. So we'll do about, 1 scoop, and we wanna try and get it right into the middle of this one slice of bread. Okay, now that we have our Nutella, our hazelnut filling, we'll take a couple little slices of our banana and we'll just put it on top. And then we want to take our other slice of bread and put it over that. Now this is the fun part, which is making it the actual Uncrustable. So all you need is, a drinking cup, and you just want to take it like this and push down and twist a little bit. You want to just kind of pinch the edges too, and this will seal the Uncrustable together. So now we have one of the Nutella and the banana. So what we want to do is we'll put these on a plate, and then we will make one of the peanut butter and the strawberry, okay? Okay, now we've brought over our air fryer, and we are going to be making the donut versions of the Uncrustables. And for our donut filling, we are actually going to be using an apple pie filling. So these would be really great for the fall. So what we'll do is we'll take our 2 slices of bread, and we're gonna do just like we did with the Uncrustables. So we'll take our filling and we'll just do 1 or 2 scoops like that right in the middle. Okay, so we'll take our piece of bread and we'll put it over top of our other piece with the filling, and we'll do the same thing as before. So we'll just push down. All right. Now the second step, not only is the filling the yummy part that makes it, more like a donut, it is the fact that we're gonna put some butter on top of it, and then a little bit of cinnamon and sugar, and then we're gonna pop it in the air fryer. So for the cinnamon and sugar blend, I'll have you take 1/2 cup of the sugar. Yep, that's good, and you can pour it in the bowl. Good job. And then I'll have you set that aside, and then we'll grab the cinnamon, and I'll just have you take 1 teaspoon of cinnamon and pour it in there with the sugar. And then you can even just use that little measuring cup and just kind of mix it up a bit. So we have a nice cinnamon and sugar mixture. Great, I think that's looking good. All right, so to get that on top of our yummy donuts, we'll take a little bit of butter and we'll brush it on both sides. And then I'll let you do that on both sides of yours. Great. And then you'll just take this teaspoon right here and you'll scoop it and you'll just sprinkle it on both sides. Okay. Now that we have our Uncrustables, our donut version of the Uncrustable prepared, it's time to put it in the air fryer. So you want to get your air fryer at about 350 degrees, and you're going to want to put it in there for about 5 to 8 minutes, flipping halfway. So I'm going to actually set this to 3 minutes, and then I'm going to pull it out, and then I'm going to flip it, and I'm going to do another 3 minutes. So we'll wait for about 3 minutes, and then once it beeps, we'll flip it over and we'll have it in there for another 3 minutes, and then we'll let it cool and we can enjoy. Okay, I think our donuts are almost done. So we'll let the air fryer wrap up and then we'll take them out, we'll put them on the plate, we'll give them just a little bit of time to cool because we don't want to eat them when they're too hot. And then we'll cut them open and see all the yumminess inside. I think I'm gonna try my apple-filled donut. Which one are you gonna try?
The same one.
Yep, okay, let's give it a try and make sure that, remember, it still might be a little warm. Oh my gosh, that's so good. Do you like it? Yeah. This is so yummy. It's crispy, it's warm, it tastes like, you know, a fruit-filled donut. And honestly, I think all of these would be great for any lunch that you have. They keep in the freezer for quite a while too, so you can make a bunch and keep them on hand for snacks at home. In our house, they're a really big hit. So thank you so much, Claire. These donuts really did turn out great. And next up on Ruby's Recipes Cafeteria Classics, we're going to be making a Picky Eaters approved school lunch favorite, walking tacos.
Welcome back. We just love having a chance to invite our Kids Club members behind the scenes and onto the set of Ruby's Recipes. This show, along with others such as BGSU Brain Game, The Journal, our local documentaries, and scenic stops and stories are all brought to you by the generous support of our WBGU members. Here are some of the benefits you could enjoy just for becoming a supporter of WBGU PBS. For no cost at all, you can sign your child or grandchild up to become a WBGU Birthday Club member. During their birthday month, we will send them a card and wish them a happy birthday on air. You can sign them up at wbgu.org/Frog Squad. We also have some adorable Ruby's Frog Squad thank you gifts that we can send you when you make a contribution in support of WBGU's educational and entertaining programming. When you donate $60 per year to WBGU, we'll send you a plushy frog keychain that your child is sure to love. Additionally, when you make a yearly contribution of $60 or more, you will also receive Preview, our monthly viewer's guide, and you'll get access to the PBS streaming service Passport, as well as that birthday club membership for your child or grandchild. With a contribution of $90 per year, we'll send you the frog keychain and a frog plush, both wearing adorable mini WBGU t-shirts. And finally, by making a $120 yearly contribution, you'll receive the frog keychain, an adorable frog plush, and a handy Frog Squad lunch bag. Make your contribution now by calling 1-800-410-2727 or by going online to wbgu.org/Frog Squad. Now let's get back to Ruby's Recipes.
Now on to the final dish of Ruby's Recipes Cafeteria Classics. I have Nolan and Graham with me, and while we have made a lot of fun school lunches, this one was actually one of my favorites from when I was in high school. So Graham, what was your favorite school lunch?
Walking tacos.
Walking tacos. Nolan, what's your favorite school lunch?
Cheesy pull apart.
Ooh, so we have had some cheesy breadsticks today, and we're gonna do walking tacos. So I think both of you are gonna be happy. So for walking tacos, the first thing we need to do is actually make the taco meat, right? So we're gonna be using a pound of ground beef, but you can choose, meat of your choice if you wanna make your tacos with chicken, or if you wanna make them with, beans instead. If you're a vegetarian, it's up to your choice. So I'm gonna have you, if you wanna help me with this, just squeeze it out into the dish for us because we need to brown up all of our beef. Yep, perfect. All right, there we go. We'll set this aside, and then I'll move this over to the stove. And then if you want to take that, if you want to start kind of breaking up the meat for me like that, can you do that for me? Awesome. And we'll put this at about between medium and high heat, and we just want to make sure that we can start browning the beef. And then as this starts going, we will start preparing all of the rest of the toppings. Yep, that'll go inside of our tacos. Good job. Well, we're gonna start using our cutting boards and our knives. And we're gonna do this responsibly and safely, and we're gonna start chopping up our toppings. So we have tomatoes and lettuce. So if you wanna take your knife and do this safely, yep, so you'll cut the top off. Perfect. Yes, good job. And we'll just kind of set this aside, and then I'll have you chop this up into small pieces. And then for the lettuce, you always want to make sure that you wash all of your vegetables before you use them, but we'll just cut off the end of the lettuce here. And then I'll cut this in half for you. And then if you just want to kind of cut this up like that, and then we want to just make sure we slice it into smaller pieces. Great. This is great, you guys. I can tell you've cooked before, so then maybe just cut these up a little bit smaller. Okay, as we get these chopped up, what we'll do is we'll get some bowls to put these in and set our toppings aside. After our beef is cooked through, we'll add the taco seasoning, and then we'll put everything together to make our walking tacos. Okay, now that we've chopped up all of our vegetables, our meat is almost done, but we need to mix the taco seasoning. So we need 1 bag of taco seasoning and 3/4 a cup of water. So, okay, you wanna pour that in the measuring cup with the water for me? And then I'll have you mix it. How does that sound?
Good.
Good, okay. So I'll just have you take that, and we'll pour it in here. So if you just want to pour the whole thing in with the meat. Yep, just like that. Perfect. So now that we've got our taco seasoning in with our ground beef, we're gonna just turn up the heat a little bit here because we wanna make sure that we let this combine, finish cooking the meat through, and just let it simmer a little bit so that way the taco seasoning and the beef tastes really, really good. So we'll just let this cook for a few minutes. As we let that simmer and let our seasoning and our beef combine, what we need to do is we need to get our toppings out, and then we also need to get our bags that will make our walking tacos. So for ours, what we're gonna be using is some bags of Doritos, and we're gonna crush them up a little bit, and then we're gonna combine everything for our tacos. Okay, so now we have all of our toppings, and of course you can choose the toppings that you like, but we have our vegetables that we cut up, we have some salsa, some cheese, some sour cream, and some olives. What kind of toppings do you guys like on your tacos?
Lettuce and cheese.
Lettuce and cheese, good. What about you?
Just cheese.
Just cheese, okay. So now what we need to do is we need to open up our bags. Yep. And then I'll take each of your bags and I'll put a little bit of the meat in. So we'll start with the meat. And this is still kind of hot, so we want to be careful. A scoop of meat. And then you can put whatever toppings that you guys want on top of yours. Let's take some pieces of lettuce. Now I think I'm gonna do some tomatoes. Do you want any tomatoes? Spoon of sour cream. Ooh, yummy. Okay, do we have all the toppings that we want?
Yeah.
Okay, I think it's time for me to grab some forks and then we can try what we've made. How does that sound?
Good.
Good? Okay. Okay, guys, it's time for us to try our walking tacos. Okay, I'm gonna try and get all the toppings that I can in my bite. Is it good? Yummy. So I think we're all really enjoying what we made. And unfortunately, that's all that we have time for on today's episodes of Ruby's Recipes. A big shout out to our chefs in training, LJ and Cam, Claire and Graham and Nolan. Thank you for helping me out today in the kitchen. And for those at home, we hope that we have whisked up a passion for preparing healthy foods together. We also want to remind you to sign your kids up for our Frog Squad. Just by signing up at WBGU.org, you will get a free birthday card, your child's name on our monthly birthday spot, and our free quarterly Ruby's Frog Squad e-newsletter. It's filled with family fun activities and news about upcoming programs and events. Now, I'm actually gonna go get another Bosco stick and finish my lunch here, and we will see you next time on Ruby's Recipes.